I told this to my board, the segment we are addressing is completely different. We are not addressing the software engineers or IT, BT company employees. We address farmers, small business owners, homemakers, retired people. So for such people, if we have to offer something over an app, that too if we have to ask them to pay, is that really easy in India? Will they really pay for content? So in the digitized world, we took a different step. We said we'll conduct in-person workshop to understand whether people are willing to pay for content. You won't believe from 3rd of November 2019 till 6th of March 2020, I personally conducted 28 financial freedom workshops where 300 people used to attend each workshops, and they used to pay me 3,000 rupee per person. So every Sunday I used to conduct it, 9 lakh rupee collection, and this was about the 5 things we do with money. Tell me, what are the 5 things we do with money? Now you spend. One is spending, you all know that. What else you do with money? Tell me. Save. Third, invest. Fourth, you earn. Fifth, you borrow. These are the 5 things we do with money. So that workshop was meant for teaching people how to do these 5 things better. And then that workshop, total 28 workshops, 7,000 people I met. And you won't believe, I was running this company from 2008 to 2019 for literally 11 years. But these people, 7,000 people I met, changed my complete understanding of the real problem they're facing. They said, it's not that we don't know how to manage money. We don't have enough money to manage. Right? I've got 10-acre land, I'm earning 3 lakh rupee per year. I completed my graduation 3 years back, no job. I'm a homemaker, I've got 5-6 hours of free time, no job. I want to support my husband. I'm 40, I lost my job in a BPO, now I'm not getting any jobs. I've been running this provision store for the last 17 years. Now I am not able to face the competition from these supermarkets. I have to close down. These were the real challenges. And that started, that made me think more. And just imagine, transformational leadership is not about just coming up with some big idea which you think is at your level. It is all about what people need, right? So whenever you think about an idea, it's not about what you are, what you need. It is about the people you want to serve. So India has got these 2 words, India and Bharat, right? And I keep telling, the biggest fraud in the independent India is, can you tell me what is it? The biggest fraud in independent India is our education system. You tell me, if we tell you that, hey, you are poor, you go to this government school, Kannada medium. You are rich, you go to convent school, you go to, a better school, private school. And the discrimination in terms of state syllabus, central syllabus, ICSE, IB, discrimination based on the language, the medium of instruction, right? Discrimination based on government school, private school. Yes, no? Isn't it a fraud? Now we may think, oh, we are privileged. Now I've got my 3 sons. They go to some best schools in Bangalore. My fear is, those who are not getting the best education, what will they do? In my profile, when she introduced, she spoke about, I come from a village where we got electricity when I was in 7th standard. I studied in Kannada medium up to 7th standard. But I struggled, you won't believe. Right after up to 7th standard, I was a school topper. Class topper every day, every year. In every activity. 8th standard, I got into English medium. My friends used to score 23 out of 25 in class tests, 25 out of 25. I was not getting 25 from 6 subjects together. My 10th score was 40%. It took so many years for me to keep up. Get to that pace, to develop that command over English, and then to start competing with these people. And then in graduation, I was university topper. Fortunately, I had a good family support, my father, my mother, a good culture at home. That helped me. If I wouldn't have had the right support back at home, believe me, I wouldn't have continued my studies beyond 10th maybe. If I go back to my village today, those who studied with me in government schools, they're like, they've dropped out in the 8th standard, 10th standard. A very different world altogether. So problem is, world is getting digitized. And so the so-called educated, intelligent people coming from prestigious institutes in India, they are building gaming apps, gambling apps to further spoil these people. Is that called innovation? Is that called, just think about it. Our gaming apps or gambling apps are unicorns in India. So now the point here is, all of us are privileged to be here today. If you're sitting here, you're the privileged kids. You have that privilege. Now you need to think from that different lens to make a real impact in this country. Otherwise, see, today, after 75 years of independence, India still remains one country because of reservation introduced in the Constitution. Because of reservation, today we have our own debate on that. Right? That's not required today. People are misusing. Correct. But if this was not introduced then, all those people whom we never used to allow inside our house, they would have demanded for a different country by now. India would have been divided like African countries. You would have had so many countries here. Fortunately, because of reservation, we stood together. Now the next level here is, you will have a bigger problem. The bigger problem is, all those who are not getting educated well. They are not, think about it. When you see your classmate or your friend using a better phone, a new iPhone, what do? You'll obviously develop that interest, I need it. See, when I was back in my village in 2000, 2003, for me, rich people means what? The one in the village was a rich person. Because I had not seen anything beyond. A big car means the Maruti 800, Omni, or the Jeeps there. That was the vehicle for us. Beyond that, we had not seen anything else. A big house means whatever was there in the village. But today, if I go back to the same village, even a 3rd standard kid will tell you, a big house means you can have a 50 crore rupee house with home theater, with lift inside. This is the kind of lifestyle they lead. Because they know how their favorite celebrities are leading their life. They know about these 10 crore rupee cars. Yes or no? So information, access to information, the internet, digitization is creating a bigger threat than just opportunities for us. Because when it is creating opportunity for you, it is also creating threats for you. What is a threat? Today you see crime rates going up. Why is it going up? You have people whose aspirations are very high. They need big house, big car, latest gadgets. But their capabilities, weak. When your capability is weak, aspirations are big. What do? Find shortcuts. Find shortcuts. If you're prepared well for the exam, you're really good, you don't care about who's sitting next to you in the exam. If you're not prepared well, then you'll start thinking about it. Who's sitting next to me? Can I seek some help from him? And that's what happens. So people's aspiration is growing in the digital world. Now, if we want to give right leadership to that digitized world, then understand the burning problem there and solve it. So then we conducted this workshops that gave me this understanding of what needs to be done. Then on 20th of March 2020, we launched Freedom App. It's a livelihood education app. Today we have about 900 courses. You will wonder if you look at the kind of courses we have got. How to do honeybee farming, fish farming, sheep and goat farming, pig farming, how to set up a chat center, a veg restaurant, non-veg restaurant, how to start homestay business, how to start a bakery, how to start a home bakery, or how to start cloud kitchen. So, in the digitized world, can we leverage technology to solve that big problem? So we started doing it. Today, within 30 months, Freedom App has got 8.5 million registered users, and we just crossed 100 crore in ARR revenue within 30 months. And I think these things happened only because we focused on the real problem of India than just building something which is aspirational for me or you. So, when we look at the technology part, how to adopt it. So today, Freedom App is like, we are about 2,000 people team working to solve this problem across India. We started identifying some real challenges when we start talking to people. First one was, if you want to set up a chat center or a home bakery or a bakery somewhere or a restaurant, can you create a course in the classroom and put it up on the platform and make people to watch? Now, who's going to do that? Who can teach? So, I think this is where I would love to request the faculty members as well to realize this very important, I think very important learning we got. We realized that Freedom App is a cinema theater. We are not the cinema. Cinema has to be produced with those who are exceptionally successful there. So we just facilitate, which means if we have to teach you how to start a food truck business, we go to somebody who has done food truck business, who's been doing it now, exceptionally successful, and we bring such people and we make them teach how to start a food truck business. So practitioners are teaching. I think, I keep telling this to, I'm associated with few education institutions on the board, advising them. I keep telling them, faculty members should not be like, I know everything. Because we have passed that phase. Faculty members are like, I'm your window to the world. You tell me what you want to learn, I bring the best people. That's exactly what is happening today. Why do we have so many experts coming here, conducting these technical sessions? Because faculty members, the teachers are the windows to the world. They open up. They bring the right people to teach you the subject you wish to learn. I think that's how we kind of make things better. And that's exactly what we did. Today, these 900 courses are taught by some 1,500 amazing people. How to build an affordable healthcare business in India. Tell me who is the best person to teach? Dr. Devi Shetty. He built Narayana Health, affordable healthcare. He has done a course on Freedom App, how to build affordable healthcare business. Now you tell me, if a doctor just finished his MBBS or MD, wants to set up a clinic, Who can teach better than him? So Dr. Devi Shetty himself is teaching that. So if you want to build a large logistics business or a transportation business, who is the better person to teach? Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar, VRL Group, VRL Logistics. He is teaching. He has done a course on Freedom App. So we reached out to who's who in that space. And they teach, like the guy who's teaching honeybee farming on Freedom App, he's earning 4 crore rupees annually just by selling honey. Just imagine. People who teach sheep and goat farming, they're like earning 4 crore, 5 crore, 6 crore annually from sheep and goat farming alone. Like if you want to start a veg restaurant, I'm sure you know about Cool Joint in Jayanagar. The Cool Joint founder. He is actually considered as God of affordable eats. He is teaching. Gopadi Srinivas Rao. So the point here is, technology should be leveraged to bridge this gap between India and Bharat in every area. If that is done, believe me, you'll have a wonderful society, which means we all will have good life. Because my biggest concern today in this digitized world is the gap is increasing between those who have it and those who don't have it. And that's going to cause a big problem tomorrow. And this is a big opportunity for everyone who wants to solve it. You know, I recently wrote in my anniversary letter that the valuation of your wealth is determined by value of your society. I'm sure you know in Bangalore, in some areas, plot of land is available for 3,000 rupees per square feet. Yes, no? In some areas, plot of land is available at 50,000 rupees per square feet. Why is it? The society around that site. So valuation of your wealth is determined by value of the society you have around you. Absolutely. Like, why do you go to prestigious colleges, institutions for education? The kind of people who come there. Not necessarily for the infrastructure or the faculty. They are all same. It is the kind of students who study with you there. So we need to take this as a responsibility to build a better society in this changing world, fast changing world. Because I studied in a Kannada medium school back in my village, where I studied up to 4th standard, very close to my house. I gifted some computers to the school about 8 years back. And until now, they've not used it. Those computers are still lying there. Reason? The teachers don't know computer. And this is happening. While we are preparing people to run, we are preparing very classy people, small segment of people to chase the big things in life. But the rest, which is excluded, is going to be a threat if it is not addressed today. So we all have this big responsibility of addressing it. It is not doing any favor to them, remember. It is not doing any favor to them. If we think, no, I want to take some, I want to do some charity, that's what people do. No, you're not doing any favor. Remember one thing. If these people are not attended today, if their aspirations are not attended today, then you will have a big problem tomorrow. Like I was telling, when I, send my kids to good school, I keep saying, people may kill them tomorrow to live their life. So, this transformational leadership is what is required to make India a superpower. So that's where I want to coin this term called, phrase called, cultivate the uncultivated, not harvest what is being cultivated. So what is the difference? Something is already grown. You just go and pluck it and harvest it. Anybody can do that. So setting up an e-commerce company is what? There are people who got money. You sell what they want and you make money out of it. Getting it? Can you give the leadership to those who don't know what to do in life and give them a direction, a purpose to live, so that people will have a direction to build their career? I mean, they'll know what to be done. So that's where you have to cultivate the uncultivated. They're like being ignored today. Government says, just imagine, coming from a farming family, let's say I've got some land back at home. I say I'm busy building my business. I will come back for probably my retirement to take care of this land. Until then, let it be there. So 10-acre land is there, keep it there. After 50 years, if you go back also, the 10-acre is there. Maybe it has become more fertile, right? But if you have 100 crore people, 140 crore people, and if the government says, no, we are busy, we don't have resources, I'll give you free ration, eat and keep quiet. 30 crore people or some 3 crore people are paying income tax, we will take care of you, don't worry. And we are not concerned about you. What will happen? Can you imagine the danger, the threat? So I thought today, when I got this topic to talk, I thought, I want to open your eyes, from this angle of life. Because the responsibility we carry. If all of us start thinking about it, so what can be done then? We're talking about Industry 5.0. We're talking about IoT, artificial intelligence, AI, ML, data science. How do we leverage all that to empower these people instead of removing them from the supply chain, value chain? Now we are inventing. Can we do drone delivery? What will happen to delivery boys? Self-driving cars, what will happen to drivers? And some people are talking about universal basic income for people. Do you know that? Have you heard about it? Universal basic income? Like the way we give free ration, every individual will get X amount of monthly ration, money, basically. Saying, okay, you don't do anything, government will pay you. A problem is what you don't understand, you're not talking about pet animals here. These are human beings like us. For pet animals, you can do that. But human beings, no. Everyone has aspiration. It's just that they don't have the capability. Capability building should be done. So I'll tell you, there are two types here. Paying tax to the government, paying tax to the society. What is the difference between these two? Paying tax to the government means you pay cash to government. Government will in turn build infrastructure for you, hospitals, education institutions, railway tracks, airports, correct? But when you pay tax to the society, you will have good people in all these places. Airports, railway stations. So what do you mean by paying tax to the society? You share knowledge, share opportunities with people. Share knowledge and opportunities with people. Today, many people are becoming digital creators. Some of you, anybody has got a YouTube channel? I'm sure Instagram reels though everybody makes. Yes? Even there, what is that you're showcasing? Your new iPhone? Or something else? Or are you sharing some knowledge with them? Are you sharing some opportunity with them? Even the digital content today, it's becoming a big threat. Everything is only, poking there that aspirational quotient. That their aspirations are only growing by seeing that. But there is nothing being done, or not much being done, to prompt them to enhance their capability. A YouTube video which talks about how to get scholarship in particular country or a government scholarship is better than talking about some coffee or something else in some cafe, right? Just imagine. I'm saying responsibility comes like this, and you will never become a transformational leader overnight. It takes time. You heard about me. I started thinking about it not now. Even during my graduation, I built this concept called Gram Vikas. Because I come from a family of farmers where my father, today though he works for only 15 days a year. And those days, about 3 months work. Remaining time, farmers don't have much work because you only 3-acre land, 5-acre land. What do you do whole year? There's not much to be done. So I spoke about seasonal employment for them, self-employment for them. So like for example, now I'm going to Palace Ground right after this. We're organizing something called Fish Producers Summit for farmers. 10,000 farmers are coming to Palace Ground on Sunday, where Central Minister will be there, our Chief Minister will be there. The idea behind this concept is, if you go to any village, in every farmer's house, you see buffaloes, cows and chicken, but you won't see fish. Correct? If every farmer gets into fish farming, India is currently the 3rd largest fish producer in the world, mostly because of our sea resources also. But then that is a limitation. Inland fishing should increase. Fish farming should increase. How do we support more farmers to do that? Why are they not doing it? Now, can you use the digital world, the technology, to help a farmer to sell fish? Export fish to different countries? Today, if you go to any 5-star hotels in Bangalore, the fish, even if you go to Barbecue Nation, right? The fillets, that's not farmed in India. Do you know that? All that is imported from Vietnam or China, Malaysia. That's not made here. Can we think about such hundreds of opportunities and take the leadership to solve one thing? So I keep telling, whenever you take up any task, make sure that you should know the truth that in your lifetime, until your death, you will not be able to solve it. It is so big. So that you will have so much to do. It should not be like your class assignment. You sit in the night and you finish it in 2-3 hours. No, it should not be like that. When you pick up one area, you marry with that. Identify one problem. Data science is not going to solve anything. It is the purpose you have. And these are all the tools. IoT is a tool to solve a problem. That's not the problem. Or that's not the opportunity itself. Understand that. These are all the tools, and tomorrow, in the next few years, you will get many more. When we talk about transformational leadership, it is not, I can hire an engineer who knows IoT really well and get the things done if I know what to do. Because you all are commerce and management students. I want you to think about this aspect of life. Don't bother too much about, but learn what is IoT. You don't have to develop an IoT-based technology somewhere. No, not required. There are people to do that. So I want you to identify every area. Like I recently came across some platform which notes sharing, A school student studying in some good school has got good notes, can share the notes with a student from a government school. They made it commercial there, they charge money, but if someone can do that really well. Or colleges like, institutions like St. Joseph. Do you think you can make some of your important sessions or classes live on your YouTube channels or Facebook? Make it available to the ones who are not so privileged to get access to this in the real world. Just imagine how much of impact we will make there. I'm telling you, if you really want to serve this country today in this world, you don't have to go to border, share knowledge and share opportunities. That's the biggest service today. And that's how You can leverage technology. You can leverage every other, because India is now, I think some of you have got good names for every projects they take up. But unfortunately, that's not fixing the problem. All these big projects we came up with, big names, very good names, a lot of PR around it, marketing around it is happening. But is that really producing result? So now all of us should take that leadership to make it happen.